So I decided I was thinking about Steph Curry. I watched Golden State put a massacre on Dallas, and what they did, what was so impressive is they beat them up with the board. They got physical with him. Luca got they got roughed up, and they won the game and quite a collage. But I saw where I was watching some sports show, and they try to put Steph Curry's situation with that of Tom Brady, and all that. If I was going to do a cross reference with Tom Brady, I'd probably put him in accordance with Tim Duncan if I was to do that, because that's where more parallel, especially his New England era and the way Duncan was with the Spurs. That would what I would put. When I think of Steph Curry, if I was going to compare him to an athlete in another sport, it's got to be Derek Jeter, and not just because they light skin or what have you, and the successes and what have you. But they played in an era where there were other prominent players of their positions who had notoriety and came up big. And you can make this correlation to this too. Jeter played alongside with Alex Rodriguez, who was considered better at his position as a power hitter. Just like Steph Curry had to play with Kevin Durant, who was considered a better overall talent. But it was Jeter's team as it is Curry's team. Steph Curry changed the course of basketball. Steph Curry will always be one of the greatest players ever because of the three-point ball, which has been revolutionized. He took something and ran with it that been around previous to him even setting foot on an NBA court, but he took it to another level, and it's the norm. Took positions away. Took you couldn't even you don't even really have you can go big, small, you're positionless thanks to Steph Curry. And I hold him in high regards. He's one of my favorite players ever. The man as I'm talking now is a three-time champion, two-time league MVP, the first unanimous, you know, and he's a very prolific, and he just got his degree from school. So much respect to him for that. But the thing from Davidson University, but just saying he's well put together, well crafted, does his thing on and off the court. But if I had to compare his career to an athlete in the sport, it makes me think of Derek Jeter because he led and then he took over and then he's deferred, but then he still is very much hands on with the squad. You see him, everything goes through. Like last night, he had 12 rebounds. He had more rebounds than Draymond Green and other guys on that team. So, yeah, Clay's been the Splash Brother collaborator. Draymond Green been there with him, you know, Andre Iguodala, what have you. But Steph is the captain of the ship. But he knows when to turn it on and he knows when to be cool and he knows when to kind of bring the ball in. Reminds me a lot of Derek Jeter. And when you think about all time greats, you got to say it, because that's what it is. So I wanted to get that out there that that's who he puts me in the frame of mind of because they wanted to say Tom Brady. I wouldn't put Steph in the same alliance with Brady because Brady's been more dominant in his sport. He won in two different places. And his situation with his coach, no one's going to ever look at Steve Kerr in the same capacity as Bill Belichick. So two different brands. But Kerr's done quite the job, and he's actually underappreciated because of what he's been able to do as far as realigning his team and getting into another gear, and also put some respect by Mark Jackson to put the team together first. But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes. Steph Curry reminds me, if I was going to compare him to another athlete, it makes me think about the Derek Jeter thing, and he's looking good, because I do keep up with Curry. He's one of them players. Now I'm a Miami Heat fan first and foremost. So if there's players that I look at to see what they do, Curry is one that comes to near the top for me. I like to keep my eye on what he's doing. I like the humbleness that he displays as far as how he gathers on that team. They definitely one accord. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and you can take a lot to watch from how guys play and interact on them out.